Okay, so all green lights, double click on your project file. And this is pretty simple if you want to follow along with me on how to export your contours. If they've already been made, we're actually going to export them into, we're going to export them as a CAD file. Okay, I don't think that opened up. There we go. Here is the country of Panama, and I have already made my contours. We're not going to go through that again. I'm going to open up my database, and I'm going to put in eliminate poly. This is my contour. There's another tool. If you're finished making your contours and you're still not completely thrilled with how they look, there is a smooth polygon tool. You would just come up here and you could find and run that. Okay, so to export these guys with elevation, what you need to do is right click on your selected layer, go to attribute table. Okay, now I've already done this, so let me show you. I'll just walk you through it again. So in this attribute table, all of these are called fields, okay? And this is really the essence of GIS, okay? So you have your geography up here, and you have your information down here, and it's all in a system. So that's what GIS stands for, Geographic Information System. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is add a field. So when you create your polygon, when you create any contours, whether they're polylines or polygons, you get these fields, contour minimum and maximum, but for some reason, CAD and these 3D programs, they don't read those fields as elevation. So you actually need to create another field, okay? So you're just going to choose add, and you need to call this field, it has to be called elevation, okay? That's the way CAD can read it. And then for the alias, just call it elevation again. For the data type, make it a double, okay? And then for the number format, make it numeric. All right, let me turn this one off. Okay. And you have, if you click on this, you're going to get these these three little dots. And this is a really nice way to format your numbers. You don't want any decimal places. You want it to be left aligned. Okay, you can put in your 1,000 separators. Okay, and then for the suffix, put in meter. Okay, because our contours are in meters, and then click OK. All right, and then make sure you come up here and see if there's anything you need to save. So on data, nothing. It's probably because I already created this. Go to view, analysis. When you create a brand new field, you're going to need to come up here and hit that save button. So let me just do that real quick for you. Okay, I guess in this case you don't have to save it. I guess if you just X out of here, it'll ask you if you want. Okay, how would you like to proceed? Save. I didn't see the disk up here, but if you close out of it, it's going to ask you if you want to save. Okay, then what you're going to do is close out of your attribute table, come over to your database, okay, and right click and go to export. And we're actually going to need to use a tool for this. Okay, so come up to analysis, click tools, and choose, just type in CAD. All right, export to CAD, that's what we want. Okay, so just double click on export to CAD, and our input features is going to be the contours we made with the elevation field. Okay, and now you want to be careful about where they put it. All right, make sure it goes in your exports folder. So just click on this guy, and you can just call this contours with elevation. Okay, and then hit save, and then hit run. Okay, and now you're going to have a CAD file. If you open it up in Civil 3D, if you open it up in AutoCAD or in Rhino, it is going to have elevation. Okay, so I'm going to save this project. I'm going to close out of here. Now, I want to show you, I want you guys to understand that what I exported, there's no way I can build a model out of that. Okay, I've been researching, I've been talking to the folks at the library, I bought material, and it's got to be a whole lot more simple than what I just exported. So I have another file, okay, and this one is what I'm going to bring into Rhino. It's a lot simpler. So if you just right click on the file and choose open with, and I just started learning Rhino this weekend because I didn't want to add a new program. You guys were telling me that you use Rhino, you're learning it, so I just wanted to stick with something you're already used to. And it's saying it can't find a zoo server. Okay, so it's not licensed. But doesn't he teach from here?
Yeah.
Let me see if I could just.
There's a code for it.
Oh, really?
Yes. I got it from Paul.
Okay, now I've written down the directions, so bear with me. Okay, now when you get this splash screen, quite on the set. All right, so when this opens up and you get this splash screen, change millimeters to inches because our model is going to be in inches. Okay, that's the way the Glowforge likes it. Okay, and we're just going to click OK. All right, now you can see already it's 3D, which is really cool, but these are all just individual contour lines. Okay, so I need to turn on the gumball and the O snaps. I think that's just kind of a rule of thumb. All right, whatever. All right, now make a new layer with this layer cake icon. And yeah.
Was there a step that was missed? Because me and Brady both have our models are completely flat. No.
Did you put that?
Lines are showing up.
Did you put the elevation layer? Okay. Let me finish this first. So the new layer I am going to make is going to be called base. All right, and then I'm going to make another layer. How do you make a layer? This thing?
Right below it.
Oh, I got it. Okay, thanks. Okay, and then we're just going to call this the extrude layer. Okay, and then Rhino is like CAD in that it works with a command line, which is really nice. So you want to type in extrude layer. Extrude layer or extrude curve. Okay, so just this extrude CRV. Okay, and then I need to select all these guys first. I'm just gonna hold down Shift. I'm gonna select everything except that outline. Well, the outline got, no. Shit. Is this like CAD with the right where you don't? Okay, good. All right, great. Okay, now I'm gonna type enter. Or do I need to put in extrude? Okay. All right, boom. All right, now we don't want it up that high. Let's just leave it like that. Okay, and now let's turn this on to Ghost so we can kind of see what we're doing. Okay, and then we need to cap all of these. Is this right? Okay, so then type in cap. Enter. Did I need to cap before? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna pause to bring this back on. Okay, so this, wish I could get a better color. You get something that looks a little bit more like Basswood. Okay, so now, I'm not good at net. Now you can see exactly what your model is gonna look like, okay? And you can decide if this is realistic for you, okay, to build something like this. You can see how many layers you have, okay? And this is a nice, actually, this is a really nice configuration because you have some draws or swales or streams, whatever you want to call them, going into a larger water body. This can all be blue, and then you can engrave your name and the date. We can put our north arrow, so leave some room on your model for that kind of thing. All right, so this is something I would like us to be able to bring onto our board and just show folks that, hey, you know, we actually built a replica of the model before we built the actual thing. And one of the things I like about this Rhino is the rendering is super easy. So I think if I just hit this render button, it just knocks it right out. And you can do elevations. You know, you really should do all four sides so you can see an elevation on every side. But this is a great program. I mean, these other 3D programs are not this user-friendly. Don't worry about materials or anything like that. I think this looks fine. Okay, don't worry about any lighting. Some of you may be a lot better at Rhino, and if so, I would encourage you to do what you can. I just don't want to make this a big step, but it is an important one because you have to be able to see what your model is going to look like before you have the Glowforge start tearing up, you know, yards of basswood. All right, so that's it for this demonstration. And are there any questions before I close out of the recording? Okay.